Welcome to another episode of F It, I've Got a Brain Injury. My name's Ken, and I'm here with Jesse.
The idea of this podcast was to have a podcast for people with brain injuries, for people with family members who have brain injuries, for people who want to learn more about brain injuries. And I wanted to let it be known that me and Ken, the hosts, have brain injuries. So I apologize for my voice, and I also apologize for Ken's face. Thank God you can't see it. He has a face for radio.
I have a face that would make a freight train take a dirt road.
So sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and enjoy.
All right, how you doing today, guys? My name is Ken, and I'm with Jesse and Melissa. Today we're here to introduce Robert de Miguel. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, of course.
Who is from Spain. He was an architect and has been all across the U.S.
I'm an architect.
I
am an architect.
I would not. No.
Present tense.
You
are.
Yeah, Ken. Get it right.
How bad am I spelling his or saying his name? Feel free to, because I'm sure I'm not saying it correctly.
Sorry.
Robert
It's De Miguel. De Miguel.
De Miguel, okay. And like I said, this is just me doing it. They wanted me to do it. And like I said, my speech is not the best, so you should fit right in with us, tell you the truth. And I want to say you had a car accident a while back in Ecuador, which is where your accident, what happened to you. And this is what the podcast is about. People that are making a difference in the world now, getting back into reality and life, and doing what you can to make it better for everybody else, both with and without brain injuries. And before I go any further, congratulations on your win in the World Cup.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just had to put that in there.
I have a video and audio.
Okay.
Can I just ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
When you said that, you were using the Voiceitt thing?
Of course, yeah.
So it just translated it, it deciphered that? That's
Yeah.
We're just trying to find out how it works.
Yeah, because we learned about you from Lisa. Who was it, Melissa? Lisa.
Rachel.
Levy.
Yeah.
Rachel Levy. Yep.
And she was doing the
I
voice.
couldn't get it voiced.
I am currently using Voiceitt.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's not in Spanish.
Were you able to communicate a little bit
But
without
it's
it, or does
not
that really
in
help you
Spanish.
It's not in Spanish. And so we have to wait a second. You're going to say something. We have to wait for it to interpret. Even though we get really excited about hearing what you're saying. We're trying to jump in, but we'll miss it. So, okay. So it's not in Spanish. Does it have translation capabilities? Not yet. Okay. All right. Sorry, Ken.
Take it away. I just want to see how this works. I really do.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Robert de Miguel. I am an architect from Barcelona, where I was born and where I live today. my life has taken me to many different places. As a child, I spent 2 years in Palo Alto, California, while my mother studied at Stanford University. Later, I studied architecture at the Polytechnic University of Catalonia and had the opportunity to study and work in cities such as Chicago, Madrid, London, Boston, and Los Angeles, as well as in Switzerland and Japan. After graduating, I worked for architectural firms in London and later earned a scholarship to pursue a master's degree in urban design at Harvard University. During those 2 years, I met leaders and students from all over the world and gained experiences that shaped both my professional and personal life. However, 13 years ago, my life changed dramatically. Shortly after moving to Ecuador with my girlfriend Carolina, whom I had met at Harvard, we were involved in a serious car accident. Carolina lost her life, and I suffered a severe traumatic brain injury. I spent many months in a coma. With my diagnosis, my chances of survival were estimated at only 10%. The doctors even asked my mother about organ donation because they believed I would not survive. Against all odds, I woke up. The recovery process has been long and challenging, and it continues to this day. I use a wheelchair when I go out, and I continue with physical, speech, and psychological therapy. However, every year I make progress, and I remain optimistic about the future. Today, I work on accessibility projects that help make cities and buildings more inclusive. I have contributed to accessibility plans, taught courses on accessibility for architectural professionals, and written articles on the subject. I am also currently completing a doctoral thesis called Brain City, which explores the similarities between the human brain and the functioning of cities. Through this research, I aim to demonstrate that, like the brain, a city is dynamic, adaptive, and inclusive. I also run my own accessibility consultancy, called S2Ep5. My work focuses on incorporating diverse human perspectives into design and creating environments that are accessible to everyone. I consider functional diversity not only a challenge but also a source of unique perspectives and strengths. Although my progress is slow, I continue to improve little by little every day, and that gives me hope and motivation to keep moving forward.
Have you finished?
And the struggle is real. It just keeps on moving on. That's why we wanted you on. You showing everybody else that there is life after a stroke like ours. Because I was in a coma myself.
For
They
long.
actually pulled the plug on me. I was in hospice and then I woke up. And
I was down for a year.
I tell
I
people now
was
I
in
don't
the
even know how to die
hospital
right.
for 1 year.
You were in the hospital for a year. Ken, how long was your coma?
I was in for about 6 months. And like I said, they pulled the plug on me finally. And that's when I just woke up.
Are you serious? They pulled the plug on you and then you woke up?
And I tell people now I don't even know how to
Waking
die
up-
right. I screwed
Waking
that up
up
too.
from coma is no longer.
Can you say that again, Robert?
Waking up for come the like in the movie.
Waking up from coma is not like in the movie.
Yeah,
And that
you're
comes
right.
right up, huh? Wow, you just got to give it a second. All right, now I get it. And you're right. It's nothing like they put in the movies. Nothing. You don't all of a sudden get better. It takes a lot of work, and the work never ends.
Of course.
Robert,
Yeah.
so you're in Spain, you're in Barcelona,
Yeah.
and you have your own consulting agency,
Yeah.
and it's I was saying this to Ken before we all got on, that it's remarkable that you're able to use your pre-injury skills and education as an architect to contribute to the community in this way and to the population and to help make life physically better for people with disabilities. That's was that something you were interested in at all before your injury, or did your injury create that for you?
It was my injury that got me into the activity.
This was my injury that caught me entered in accessibility.
Okay. That's
Yeah, that's like all of us. You never, except for Melissa, you don't even think about it until it happens to you.
Mm.
And
yeah.
that is the truth.
Well, to be
But
fair, I spend a lot of time thinking about brain injury and people with brain injury and stroke. It's my job.
Yeah.
and hopefully not me, I'll tell you that much. That'll keep you awake at night.
Right. No.
Why? Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Because
Why?
I make I'm what would be the best way to say that? I give myself a hard time all the time. I've got a sense of humor that's a little out there, tell you the truth, to put it plainly.
Mm. Sorry.
And
I
that's the only
can.
thing I did keep with the brain injury. That never went away. Never did.
Mm.
Thank God.
Mm.
You really need it after that.
Mm.
What happened to us, you have to have a good good sense of humor. You have to. Because if you don't,
Mm.
you're just gonna go crazy.
Mm.
What kinds of projects are you like currently working on?
I have teaching similar to architects.
I am teaching since we to architect.
I have teaching accessibility to architects.
I am teaching accessibility to
Mm.
architect.
That's amazing.
Mm.
I'm liking how
It's
this works. You
amazing.
just gotta remember to sit back and let it do its thing.
Mm. I was given a lecture on the benefits of accessibility.
I am also giving a lecture on the benefits of accessibility.
Mm.
How is
Weren't
accessibility in Spain? Is it getting better, or is it? Because it's getting better in our country, but it's still got a long way to go.
Mm. Of course.
But
Robert?
even it,
I read that you were like I might have got it wrong, but like I think you were constructing your own kind of accessible city in Spain, or am I off on that or something? Like, I think it was in your email that you sent us. Is that right?
And the thing is, I'm TV.
I can do a thesis on Brain City.
Yeah, I would like to know about that because I don't even understand that.
I've never even heard of it. It's a new one on me. Brain
No,
City.
it
Do I read?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Knowing this,
no, nobody does.
Mm.
Well, then we're learning.
And clean up the city is dynamic.
a coming of the city is dynamic.
Mm.
Well, it's a comparison now of
Mm.
how the cities
Mm. And the brain.
are work like a brain.
Mm.
You know, that's kind of then you go to Boston and they've got a brain injury then trying to
Mm.
get by in that city.
Mm.
Because I'm from Massachusetts. I'm a masshole through and through. Born and raised.
Mm.
Robert, I don't know how long ago you were at Harvard, but do you remember the way that that city is laid out being like, especially the streets, like making no sense whatsoever?
Yeah.
They're just,
Yeah.
yeah.
The problem are sidewalk and trees.
The problem are side work in trees.
Sidewalks and trees
Mm.
in Boston, yeah. Well, the streets don't really,
There's no
they're
rhyme
not
or
a
reason.
grid, they don't make sense. Some are one ways in ways that don't make sense. It's crazy.
And trees are in the middle of the sidewalk.
Yep, exactly.
Not accessible.
Person is great.
Were you there
Growth
before
is
the big
great.
dig, or
Barcelona is
no
a
one?
very accessible city.
Yeah.
Is
Oh, is it
it?
really?
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks to Robert.
Of course.
And the Paralympics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's good.
So, how do you spend your time now, Robert? What?
I'm working up on stability.
I am working now on accessibility.
And I did lots of fear therapy.
And I do a lot of for therapy.
Therapy.
Right. I was just going to ask that question.
Physical therapy.
Mental therapy. Mental therapy.
Cognitive therapy.
What is the
Just
cycle? Oh, I'm sorry.
And therapy.
Speech therapy.
Physical.
Anybody
so
could answer this. What is psychological therapy?
Psychological therapy is therapy.
It's something I need. It's like,
Yeah.
in Barcelona, is it or in Spain, is it like counseling, like mental health counseling?
Yes.
Yeah.
I talked to him.
Cognitive
Okay.
therapy. Yeah.
Cognitive therapy. Okay. That's similar to what it would be here. It's just not as,
I
it's not
talked
as,
to him.
yeah.
How is transportation there as far as getting around? Because it's not that bad in New York, but there's other parts of the country where it's not as good. Can he get out and go on his own anywhere, or is it?
He goes to, yeah.
I even travel to Jerusalem.
I even travel to Madrid alone.
Wow.
oh, oh.
And transportation is great. Very good.
Well,
We're
you
getting
guys
better
have,
over here.
you have public transportation, right? Like it's very difficult.
Yeah.
The public transportation here is terrible. It's awful. So like you going from Barcelona to Madrid, you just go on a regular train, and is
Yeah.
it happens to be accessible for your wheelchair and that, yeah.
A fast train.
It's a fast train.
I
Okay.
just came back from Chicago, and I gotta
Mm.
say, the best part of the brain injury is going through the lines. You go right to the front of the line.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's good for you.
Yeah. All the buses have ramps,
Yeah.
and all the public buses and the subway, the metro have elevators, and it's, I mean, yeah, it's very good.
And just get
No
particular.
me hables a mí.
Sounds like you need to come here,
Understand
Robert.
for
Come
2
help us
years.
with our accessibility in transportation. I think Spain has it covered right now. You need to come here.
Mm.
Do they have the equivalent of a TBI waiver program there?
Yeah.
Of a what?
TBI waiver program. Melissa, you could say a little more about that if there's something close to that.
So in the United States, many states have, you guys probably have a much better system, but our Medicaid system is, insurance for people that can't afford it or disabled. And so
And
many
can't drive.
states, yeah, and many states have a community program where they could, if they otherwise qualify for nursing home or more restrictive care, they can choose to live in their home community and receive services. Some states have it, some don't, some provide it better than others. New York State on paper is pretty good. In practice, it's decent, but getting worse. But you guys have universal health care probably.
Right. Yeah, it's amazing. It's very good in Barcelona. Yes.
So how
I
does
stay with you as well.
To me to 1 year at the hospital.
1 year.
He was hospitalized for
Yeah.
1 year. Yeah.
Wow.
And so then
He didn't have to pay anything.
yeah.
To
We
pay anything.
that would not be the case here.
Well, actually, it cost me about $5,000 when it was all said and done with
Okay.
insurance.
With your insurance, yeah.
Mine
Yes.
was 2 point something million, so I got you beat.
Well, we pay for it through taxes, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine the tax rate is a little higher there.
Probably, I'm not sure.
Jesse, why don't you
Um,
tell them a little bit about your injury? They'd like to hear about it, probably.
Say that again?
Why don't you tell a little bit about your injury?
Okay. Well, I had my injury when I was around 20 years old. I was morbidly obese and I had a weight loss surgery. And that surgery went fine at first, but then there were complications, and eventually I ended up getting getting an anoxic brain injury, which is, if you don't know, when air stops going to your brain and kind of like loses air. And I lost air for about 9 minutes. They thought I was like legally dead at first, but that's what they say about everyone. Eventually I was in a coma for about 6 months, maybe. And then I woke up and I started my process of relearning how to walk and talk and everything that most people with brain injuries go through. And luckily, I found living like a community upstate that was it was more um not accessible, but what's the word, Melissa? I'm looking for.
Had the programs he needed, like robust
Yeah.
programming.
Mm-hmm.
He was in New York City, and we're in New York, but we're
Okay.
about 3 hours north of the city where we are. And so you were in the city originally, or near the city, right, Jesse? And then
Yeah.
you came to our area, which is where we met. Um, but yeah, so my question, Robert, based on so you were in the hospital for a year, you came out with no bill. What kinds of services were available at your home? Like what does services look like in your area? Ken, I think that's what you were asking.
Yes.
Yeah, what is
Do you want me to answer? Or
Sure.
would you rather
Whatever.
that he do it?
whatever, whoever, either or both of you can.
We can both participate.
Sure.
You have to go through a vetting process with the social services. So they come and interview you and they find out what you can do and what not. And then they give you classification.
Easy.
It's
Easy.
easy.
It was easy for you, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I was his primary caretaker.
So you took the
For
brunt of it then, didn't you? Like my
yeah,
parent, my poor mother, when you're going through that, your caretaker is the one that really takes the brunt of it, the aggravation, when you're mad at the world, when you first start off, all the what it really takes to get better. You got to go through the anger before you can start to get better, I think.
yeah, and you have to accept it. So anyway, the social services provide cleaners, house cleaners, and people. I mean, there are different ways of organizing. They give you a certain number of hours that you can organize in different ways. So, one, they can come depending also on the degree of dependency. So they classify. Yeah, you have the highest grade of dependency. But Robert has actually improved so much that he was given an indefinite status. I think if they came to evaluate him now, they might not put him in the category he's in, which is grade 3, which is the maximum degree, which entitles him to a small amount of money per month and also cleaning and someone to accompany him. So Robert can walk, but for example, he has to go to 2 places to his therapist where there's stairs. So I don't trust, he can do everything else pretty much on his own in the city, but he can't go up the stairs on his own because I'm afraid he'd fall. I mean, he can do it, and sometimes he does when we can't make it. So they provide someone to accompany him to practice walking and also to do things that he needs that he can't do on his own because his right side is the side that it's affected, but he can still paint, he can still do lots of things. And his left side he's learned how to be left-handed with everything. But Robert cooks and cleans and hangs clothes and yeah, he's pretty autonomous and he goes around the city on his own. I mean,
You're not gonna let it hold him back.
what?
I am in the
No, about to-
am
get that one.
independent before Catalonia.
There's a pro-independence movement here. And so Robert's joke is he's become independent before Catalonia becomes
Oh,
independent.
okay. That's funny. Oh,
They're
okay.
learning from you, in other words.
Yeah.
See, Jesse's brain injury is a little different than ours. You can see the way I have no movement on my right side. See, sometimes I think his injury is worse because you can't tell it's hidden. You know what I mean? If you were to look at him, you'd never know it. If you took a look at both of us, you'd know there's an injury. Whereas Jesse, until he opens his mouth, you don't know he's got one.
I like how you said, I like how you said that. Until they open his mouth, they can't tell. Yeah, it's different. I mean, it's different from me in some ways. In some ways, it's worse. I mean, in some ways, it's better. But I mean, honestly, my main issue with my brain injury is that it's an anoxic brain injury, which means that it doesn't just affect one area of the brain. for every single day can be a different part of the brain. So one day I may have low energy, one day my memory may be worse than it would be on these days where I'm really on top of stuff. So that's my main issue with my brain injury, which is a noxic one compared to the other ones. But yeah,
Is that why your sleep schedule can be so screwed up sometimes? Is that because of it?
yeah, that plays a big role in it. But I want to hear more about Robert's city planning and stuff, and I want to know if is any of that can actually go into effect, or do you speak with anyone from your country on making that adaptable? Like that's really what I was really interested when I read your bio, how you were how you were trying to make an accessibility for Spain. When speaking with you, I think you guys had a lot better there than we do. So I think maybe you can give us and maybe some of our viewers some ideas that can maybe they can pass on to the upper people or whatever.
So you want to hear more about his project on Brain City, or more about the kind of work he's doing, or
And the
More about the
accessibility
on
and
brain I think
more? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
about the project on the Brain City. I was very interested in that.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
What do you want to say, Robert, about Brain City? I mean, right now, he's just finished an MA course on accessibility here.
Mm.
And he's been working with the City Hall of Barcelona. They have a department for disability.
Mm.
And some of the work that they
Diversity.
of functional diversity. Yes, I'm sorry. Um, and one of the projects that he does is that has been going around to cities in the suburb to just check out whether they are accessible or not. So he goes with a map, and he goes
Thank you for
and he does a final report on whether the sidewalks are accessible, whether there are trees in the middle.
thank you the solution.
So so Robert,
Thank you.
do you give
I
Robert, do you give
current
like an analysis afterwards? Like this would be a
Yes.
better city to go to if you're disabled, and that would be a worse one, or that kind of thing.
Thank
Yeah,
you for solution. And for solution.
he proposes solutions.
right.
Because the city has to fulfill certain requirements to be accessible according to the law. And so his reports help the public services make those changes in the cities. So that's one part of the work that he does. He also does training with architects through the School of Architecture here in Barcelona. And so he's been invited to give lectures on, there's recently a new accessibility law,
Of course,
their courses.
not lectures.
Yeah, they're courses that are
Mm.
for architects, and they've been very successful because nobody understands the administrative language of the new law. And Robert has managed to clarify it and to teach it to the architects who are responsible for doing buildings, because now the new building requirements, the buildings need to be accessible, doors need to be a certain size. There are a whole set of requirements that need to be
Yeah.
covered. So he's been
And
teaching.
Robert was responsible for it. That's amazing.
Well, is the
That's
grandfather
very
clause there too if something is so old that they won't do work to it? Because there is a
You-
grandfather clause here.
Yeah.
Right, right. And that's one of the big problems. There's all these old buildings
Right.
that are not accessible.
Only 0.6%
Porque
allowed.
no dice esto.
Only 0.6% allowed actionable.
Only the comma 6% of accessible.
Only 6% of houses,
Only 0.6.
only 0.6 of the buildings in Spain are
The only
accessible.
geographic.
That's
Okay.
because
6%.
you're an old city. That's
Mm.
gonna have a lot to do with it, I'm sure.
Mhm.
A lot older than us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So you think we'd be doing a little bit better, but it's getting better. It really
I
is.
do not know.
Mm.
And
Mm.
then the Brain City part is a project that's been ongoing for a while, and it's a thesis about how the modernization of cities, how AI technology, connections, transport connections, how networks that exist in the city of transportation, of smart cities, of being connected, and how that is by taking an understanding of the brain, how that can be compared or inspire the way of looking at cities. Yeah. And so there are different aspects of the smart city that Robert looks at.
That's fascinating. I would love to read some of those
I'm gonna have to look into that. I've never heard of it before.
It's his personal project. I mean, the idea of smart cities exists in architecture, but the connection to the brain is Robert's contribution.
What?
No me hables a mí.
It's not objectively.
It's not.
It's not objectively.
It's not on Chat GTP.
GBT.
Yeah.
I use
Yeah.
ChatGPT all the time, so I wish it was.
Yep.
We'll wait till you publish it and then we'll read it. How long do we have to wait for that? A little bit. Okay. That is fascinating.
Yeah.
That's
I
incredible. And the fact that you're doing this work with the city, planning people, and this is a personal question. You can feel free not to answer, but are they paying you for this work?
Of course not.
Of course not. Okay.
of
Okay.
course not.
Okay. I didn't need that to be translated in voice it. I got
But
it.
somebody's probably getting paid for it, not you.
Oh, someone's getting paid for it, right? Interesting.
Not
Okay.
me.
Not
Not
you.
me.
Right.
Mm.
Oh man. And Melissa, as the mother and caregiver, I bet you never in your life thought you would need to know or
Whoa.
get to know all of this stuff that he
Oh,
does for work, right? And you talk about it so well. That's
well,
that's
well, I'm an academic. So,
How are
Yeah.
you? Okay. Okay. But what's your
um,
area?
I do sociolinguistics, and I just
Okay.
recently retired last week.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Happy
Um,
retirement.
Yeah, congratulations.
but Robert's car accident, and his brain injury have taken me to develop my research along the lines of language and traumatic brain injury. And with Voiceitt, we were doing a study with their devices, but we also engaged in an ethnographic study of 8 people with traumatic brain injury who have dysarthria. Okay,
Can
so
I
with
ask you
a
a
speech
question? What does
impairment.
ethnographic mean?
I'm sorry?
What does ethnographic mean?
Ethnographic, okay. Let me see so there are different ways to do research. Some of them is gathering data and doing an analysis with statistics and data and so on. And often for these empirical studies to be representative, you need to have a very large sample.
Right.
But there are other more qualitative ways of doing research, which are the idea comes from anthropology, the ethnography, which is more qualitative research. In other words, you work more in depth over a long period of time with fewer subjects. And so we did a study where we worked with 7, for some reason, they were 7 men and between the ages of 21 and 60, some of them were in car accidents, some people had strokes, some people had well, that's mostly, they were people who acquired a brain injury as an adult, okay, not from birth.
Mm.
And
And there's a
so,
lot more women out there now that are having brain injuries like ours. Uh,
really?
yes, a lot more now. When we used to work in the College of St. Rose, there were a lot more that are coming into it with these problems, which is why back when you did that study, it was mostly men. Now there's more women, unfortunately, that are having these strokes. Where
Well, I think our problem is we couldn't find women
that's what
who
I'm
could
saying.
participate in the study, but this was not so long ago. This is 2019, just before the pandemic, and we're currently still analyzing the data that we have.
Wow. And that's with Voiceitt, or that was a different one?
Well, the project was with Voiceitt, and so now we had a team of speech therapists, anthropologists, linguists, and a neuro surgeon. We were working together on this project. So we had speech therapists doing the diagnosis. And we got to know the caretakers, the families, the physiotherapists. We did videos. We got permission from all of them, of course, and we had to go through an
Mhm,
ethics committee.
mhm.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. There were people in different stages and things. And so what I was looking at,
I talk too much.
you talk too much.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Mm.
And so I've been working on precisely something that you said, Jesse, which is um, um, I was working on identity and brain injury and communications. So I was looking at how people who have a speech impairment use different modalities to communicate, writing, gestures. They have a third person talking for them, like I'm doing now for Robert.
Mm.
Right.
Um, so
And
I
now
look at,
voice it.
I'm sorry?
I said, and now voice it.
Mm.
Yes, and now Voiceitt. So technology, some people were using charts with letters on them.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
Voiceitt is not in Spanish, no.
Mm.
Yeah.
It only exists in English, but fortunately Robert speaks English, so that's
Yeah.
Probably better than I do.
well, I'm originally from the United States, but
Mm.
I'm
Whereabouts?
American. Yeah. So yeah, or for example, how the body is used to communicate identity, how space and time and technology and how all of that together can be used to communicate meaning and identity. And so that's kind of what I've been researching and publishing on. Yeah. Yeah.
You're a teacher.
I'm a teacher. Yeah.
Are you familiar, Melissa, with the work of Mark Ilvasacker and Jerry Hepner in your literature reviews? Because I can share them with
I
you.
would love to hear about it. Yeah.
So Dr. Mark Ilvasacker was a professor and mentor, speech language pathologist who worked at the College of St. Rose in Albany, New York, where I did my graduate work. And then
Uh-huh.
we became colleagues, and he was this brilliant, brilliant person, just amazing. But he's now passed away. He's been gone 19 years now, but he did some amazing work on people with traumatic brain injury and identity, and
Oh,
helping
wow.
people reconstruct a positive identity after their injury. So and then Jerry Hepner, who's been on this podcast, he's at University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. These guys know him well. um he's done some work on that as well, so I will share with you that. I
Yeah.
can email Robert, I can send you those links or
Sure.
those references. But Robert, if you were gonna have a traumatic brain injury, what an amazing um family to have it in, someone who's an academic who can support your own academic and I positive identity reconstruction and can help with some research around that. That's amazing. Lucky you. So-
Now, what would
Sorry.
happen to people that don't have the supports you have? Are there nursing homes for
It's
them? How
good.
does that work?
It's good that you say that.
I
No, it's always appreciated.
Do they go into nursing homes, or do they get the help they need as well?
but I
If
have lost
they have
it.
no support at all, because that's a lot of the problem we have. That's what I do is I deal with people that have no one else to talk to in nursing homes. Literally have nobody, that are just rotting away in nursing homes. It's the hardest thing in the world to look at.
I
No me hables a mí.
don't live with her.
I do not live with her.
Oh, okay. Well, you're married, right? Yep.
Have a stable partner.
A stable.
Have a stable partner.
There you go. I was just thinking more people that have nobody else to. Are there places for them? Or are they like in the nursing homes here? There are good ones and there are bad ones. So I'm sure that's got to be the same where you are too. Some of them you just don't even want to go into. They're so bad.
Yes. Yes.
And those are
And
really
in
the
this,
ones I feel sorry for.
yeah.
I love, I love go to hospital.
I like go to hospital.
It's like my home.
Yeah,
It's like my home.
Yeah, I get that.
I do a post-stroke group in a hospital over at Sunnyview, which is a pretty good hospital around here. And that's just more for people like myself that have had brain injuries, that have had strokes, just to someone else to talk to in the same boat we are, you know?
I'm famous for the nurses.
I am famous for the nurses.
Yep.
Famous or infamous?
Infamous.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, Melissa, what was it like for you not knowing anything about brain injuries when you got into it? When taking care of him? Because I'm just thinking of my mother right now. Because they tell you nothing after you had a brain injury. You get back out into the real world, you're living with her, and they have nowhere to turn. Have never known, they don't even know where to go with it. And that's still a problem today.
Yeah. Um, well, he lived with me for the first 5 years until he met his partner. Um,
But I mean, as far
I
as you, what did you need to learn? Because my mother knew nothing about it. They just
neither
get
did
out of the
I.
hospital and they just, there you go, you're on your own. Figure
You're
it out
on your
yourself.
own. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have people telling you what to do, but just to go through the paperwork was
Yeah.
like, and to understand it was, it was impossible. I didn't even know, I mean, I just was not totally aware of disability before or functional diversity. I was just unaware, completely unaware of what it was all about. Um, it it was an interruption to my professional life, to my personal life. It's a hard experience. So I sympathize with your mother,
Yeah.
not knowing anything either and having to learn how to do things. I
You April
I'm
April
apron.
Expert.
April
Expert.
April
An expert
Oh
now.
yes, I'm an expert now. I'm a total
Uh,
expert now.
And
Yes.
also a saint. My mother was a saint. She died a while back, but I
Yeah.
mean, without her, my God, because I was just mad at the world, had a good job, and, why did this happen to me and all of that? And she actually just had to put me in my place and sit me down and say, this is the way it is now, deal with it,
Yeah, those were my words
right?
basically as well. I mean, no, it's interesting because the dynamic between mother and family member, or son or daughter, um, uh, you tend to mother them. But I also was very hard. I said, well, either, I mean, I guess what I was most afraid of is that Robert going into a depression or something.
Right,
And so, I was very blatant about the fact that that being depressed was not an option.
right,
I'm happy now.
I am happy now.
right.
And Robert says he's happier now than when he was before his brain injury. I,
Wow.
I can understand that to a certain extent. I really can. It's
yeah,
a new
it's
life,
something. Yeah. Um, but the person who's really had been a positive force in Robert's life is his partner, because she really is more patient than I am to start off with. But also, she says, if you want it, get up and get it. Or if you want your computer, or if you want something from the refrigerator, get up and get it. Whereas
yeah,
I would be the one who would go and get it. So I think this has been, I mean, it's an effort, but Robert doesn't complain, which isn't something good about him. He doesn't complain too much when he has pain or not feeling well. I mean, there are times when you're down, but not much. Robert, on the whole, is a positive person, but also he wasn't allowed to have a space to feel bad.
right. I would just like to say it was great having you both on. And hopefully, somewhere down the road, we can do this again as we learn a lot more about how far you're going. Because I don't think you're done yet. You've got a long way to go. What you've taught me, and you're going to teach everybody else, and there's more to life, a lot more.
I feel happy you do.
I feel happy even though
Mm.
Yep.
Even though what?
I'm reading
Even though you have a brain injury.
you.
Yep. You just
Yeah.
learn to deal with it. It's just it was a bump in the road, and you just learn to get over it and
Mm.
get back to life. You have to. And
Yep.
some people never get that chance.
Mm.
They get stuck right where they are and can never get over it, ever.
Mm.
That's right. This is one of the things that I discovered also in my study, that really the approach one takes to what happens to them makes the world of a difference in recovery and I mean, obviously the physiologically there's so far you can go, but the attitude and the way acceptance is
Yeah.
really important.
Mm. My friend told me that I am the same. My friend told me that I am the same.
my friend tell me that I am the same.
Mm.
His
Yeah.
friends tell him that he's pretty much the same person as he was before the
Mm.
accident.
I think we all are for the most part. I agree with them. I really do. Like I tell people, I'm still the same idiot I've always been.
Out of it in. No, I was really interested in the what you said about like how people go about accepting or I forget exactly what you said, but like the how you go about accepting your injury post injury, and it struck a nerve with me. It made me think more on it, which is a good thing.
It has been a pleasure meeting
Yeah,
you,
both.
Melissa, Ken, and
Mm.
Jesse.
And something tells me we haven't heard the last of you guys.
Of course not. My goal is to help people.
My goal is to help people.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure. So you being on this podcast for sure will at the very least inspire
Mm.
listeners, right? But who knows? Who knows who's listening and
Mm.
what could come of it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
all 10 of
thank
our
you.
listeners.
All 10 of our listeners. It grows every day. All right. Thank you
All
guys.
right,
Have a
guys.
good, it's nighttime for you, so have a good night and
Thank you very
good luck
much.
to you.
Lovely.
Robert,
Yeah.
thank you for listening to F It, I Have a Brain Injury. I'm Jesse, and this is Ken.
And I hope you all get something out of this podcast.
We would love to hear your stories too. See you next time.
See you next time.